Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more real-life stories like this. My name is Josie Reynolds. I'm 31, and for as long as I can remember, I believe the worst my family could do was take me for granted. Turns out, the real sting wasn't being taken for granted. It was hearing it straight from them. The text appeared out of nowhere. "We need distance from you. Please stop contacting us completely." Then another one came through. "Uncle Rick is helping us pack tonight. Please don't make it weird." Pack from the apartment I had paid for. Using a moving truck I probably helped Rick load 2 years ago when his transmission failed. I stared at my phone, thumb hovering. I didn't feel rage, not yet. It was quieter than that, more like the last click of a lock turning. I typed slowly. "Of course, I'll cancel my direct deposits first thing." The message landed in the family group chat like a glass shattering on tile. Everyone read it. No one replied. I'm the oldest. The one who fixes Wi-Fi, printers, email passwords. The one called when mom can't figure out the new TV remote or dad forgets his bank PIN. On paper, I'm a payroll specialist at a clinic. Numbers don't scare me. People sometimes do. I rent a small one-bedroom, keep receipts in color-coded folders, and buy the essential groceries first, eggs, rice, coffee, so I don't give in to impulse spending. In my family, that makes me the stable one. Translation: the wallet. The Sunday night before the text, I was in mom's kitchen holding a folding table, the smell of dish soap and overcooked chicken in the air. I'd promised to drop it off for my cousin's birthday party. Mom loved hosting like the old days, which always seemed to involve my trunk, my back, and my debit card. My younger sister, Tessa, leaned against the counter in a brand new jacket she clearly couldn't afford, thumbs flying across her phone. "Don't forget the rent transfer." "Banker girl," she said, not even looking up. Banker girl. The nickname made my chest tighten. I set the folding table down a little harder than I meant to. "Tessa, please don't call me that." Dad chuckled from the fridge like this was a cherished ritual. "Come on, Josie. Lighten up. You know you're our sponsor." Sponsor? Like I was a corporate logo stitched across their lives. Mom slid a tray into the oven without turning around. "Your sister's moving to a nicer place next month. It's safer. She can't do it alone." That familiar clench gripped my jaw. "We've talked about this. I'm not paying another security deposit." Tessa finally looked up, eyeliner sharp, expression sharper. "You said that last time, and then you paid," she rolled her eyes. "Don't be dramatic." She caught my face in a smirk. "Oh my God, you're really going to make me beg." "I'm not making you do anything," I said calmly, the kind of calm you rehearse in bathroom mirrors. My aunt wandered in for a fork, froze at the tension, clicked her tongue at me, and left like I was the problem. No one asked if I could afford it. No one asked if I wanted to. Dad stepped closer. "Daughter, family helps family. We didn't raise you to be selfish." Selfish. The word hit the soft, unhealed place in my chest, the one labeled too much, too serious, hard to love. I busied myself stacking paper plates. "I'm not having this conversation at the sink." Tessa laughed. "You just don't like how it sounds." Mom finally turned around, dish towel twisted in her hands like rope. "Enough, Josie. You'll figure out the deposit." "Tessa, say thank you." It was said as if the decision had already been signed and sealed. Tessa smirked. "Thanks, sis." My phone buzzed again. Family group chat, flooding memes and party emojis, fake laughter bouncing from the living room. I told my cousin happy birthday, hugged 2 kids I barely knew, and slipped out before dessert. No one stopped me. Outside, the air was cold and damp. I sat in my car, didn't start it. Hands on the wheel, forehead against the leather, breath fogging the dash. My chest felt hollow and loud at once. I kept hearing, "Dad, you're our sponsor." I kept hearing, "Mom, you'll figure out the deposit." Tessa's shiny jacket flashed in my mind, while my own coat had a frayed cuff I'd ignored for 3 winters. Then a different ping. "Evan, my boyfriend, how's the party? You okay?" Evan valued honesty, the kind that uses words like overwhelmed or hurt. I typed, "Fine, just loud. I'll call you later." A lie, smooth as tape pressed down. If I were smart, I'd stay quiet. It's easier. It always has been. But sitting there, the family chat pings mixing with Evan's concern message, something inside me stretched tight. Not anger. Something quieter. A thin line pulled taut, ready to snap. Because this didn't start in a kitchen. It started years ago, when it was a second phone line for emergencies, then car insurance until Tessa got on her feet, then mom's dental crown, dad's truck tires, the family Netflix that became the family phone plan, and me pretending not to notice the international charges. I told myself it was temporary. Dad recovering from a lost job, Tessa between gigs, mom's hours cut. There was always a reason. Payroll people live by schedules. Mine were ugly. The first of the month, parents' rent, utilities, grocery gift cards I pretended were from work. The 15th, Tessa's car payment somehow in my name. Random grocery transfers never matching the takeout containers. Fridays, gas money for dad's meds. Venmo requests popped up on my phone with cutesy emojis, the kind toddlers use when they're begging for sweets. Only these toddlers had the power to tank my credit score. Anytime I tried to step back, they hit me with the lines. Mom, we never asked you to be the responsible one. That's just who you are. Dad, don't shame us by being petty about every dollar. Tessa, your need for control is honestly disturbing. Then came the relatives, harmonizing like a family choir. Your parents raised you. Now it's your turn to support them. Money isn't everything. You won't take it to the grave. And I bought every word. For years, I swallowed all of it. The first crack showed up on a Wednesday. I was hunched over a spreadsheet when my office phone rang. This is Josie, I answered, putting on my best professional tone. Hi, Ms. Reynolds. Mark from Green Gardens Apartments here, your parents' landlord. He sounded upbeat, as if we were collaborating on some friendly project. I just wanted to confirm we're renewing the automatic payment agreement, he continued. And thanks again for being so dependable. Glad I could waive last month's late fee. I went still. Late fee? Oh yes, he added casually, they missed a month. But since you're always so prompt. I stopped listening. I hadn't known about the late fee, or that my parents had given this landlord my work email, my office number, and apparently my schedule so he'd know when I was available. My career now had a new job title, billing support. That night, I drove over with a stack of statements, feeling like a defendant preparing for a trial I didn't sign up for. Their place smelled of lemon cleaner and day-old takeout. I sat on the couch, another thing I'd bought, and said, no more secrets. If I'm paying for something, I get informed. All of it. Mom stiffened. Why are we being attacked? Dad folded his arms. Save that tone for your coworkers, not us. From the hallway, Tessa snorted. Should we tip you, or do you send an invoice now? I stared at the three people I had financially propped up for years. I'm tired, I said. Not loud, not dramatic, just truth. Mom snapped a dish towel in half. If it's that difficult for you to be part of this family, she said coldly, then maybe you shouldn't be. Her words hit like a blast of frozen air. I didn't argue, didn't cry. I picked up my folder and walked out. The next afternoon at 4:10 p.m., a group chat message came in. We need space from you. Please don't contact us anymore at all. I reread it 3 times. The period at the end of at all scraped something raw in me. 3 minutes later, Uncle Rick is helping us pack tonight. Something inside me went quiet. I typed, of course. I'll cancel my direct deposits first thing. Hit send. The message had barely landed when the typing bubbles started popping up. Dad, Josie, what does that mean? More bubbles. Typing. Deleting. Typing again. The digital version of pacing the room in panic. I didn't rush. I'd spent years answering instantly, fixing emergencies that weren't mine. Tonight, I let them sit with it for a full minute. Then I snapped a picture of the sheet taped inside my desk drawer. The color-coded list of everything I paid for. Green, rent. Yellow, utilities. Blue, transportation. Red, medical. Purple, miscellaneous, the monster category that kept growing fangs. I sent it with a message. These stop on the circled dates. My card has been removed from all shared accounts. You have 30 days to transfer everything into your own names. The chat detonated. Tessa, you're sick. You're punishing us. Me, I'm doing exactly what you asked. You told me not to reach out. I'm honoring that. Mom jumped in. Mom, don't twist things. We said we needed space from your attitude, not from you. I read it twice, then wrote. Your message said don't reach out anymore at all. That includes financially. Dad replied, money isn't the same as family. I clenched my jaw. Money is precisely what you want from me. Everything else you laugh at. Send. Then cousins began joining in, little bubbles stacking like they were watching a live drama instead of my actual life. Some typed, erased, typed again. My heart thudded, but my hand stayed steady. I'd handled budgets, reconciled accounts, mediated payroll disputes. But this time I wasn't the clerk. I was the account owner. So I dropped the receipts. The overdue notice from the landlord. The Best Buy package delivered to Tessa's new place. The phone bill showing an international call made the same night I was home eating soup. Mom, stop humiliating us. Me, I'm done being an ATM with a face. Tessa, you'll regret this. People don't forget unkindness. In a twisted way, the whole thing almost felt ironic. Setting boundaries isn't cruelty. And right on cue, the shift happened, just like always. Their outrage slowly melted into subtle manipulation. Mom, what are we supposed to do now? Your father's blood pressure is up. I can't sleep when I'm worried. Dad, I've worked my entire life, and this is the thanks I get? Tessa, I can't stay in an unsafe building. Will it make you happy if something happens to me? I inhaled, exhaled, and typed. I hope all of you are safe and doing well. I'm not abandoning the family. I'm ending a financial arrangement that's harming all of us. If you need help organizing budgets or contacting service providers, I can send instructions. But the payments were ending. I set my phone face down. The screen kept lighting up every few seconds, angry messages, desperate ones, accusations, but I didn't look. For the first time in years, I allowed myself quiet. It didn't last. A new buzz, a different name. Uncle Rick. I'm here with them. I'll make sure the apartment is cleared the right way. Anything that's under your name will be returned. 5 seconds later. And no, Tessa, you're not using my phone to text her. This is my phone, kiddo. I released a breath I hadn't realized I was holding. Rick wasn't flawless, but he was fair. He ran a small moving company and knew how to sort what mattered from what didn't. If he said he'd take care of it, he would. Then came my mom's last desperate swing. Her Hail Mary. Mom, if you do this, you're dead to me. Something inside me sank, not from guilt or shock, just a quiet recognition. A door that had already been nearly shut. I replied, I'm sorry you feel that way. The phrase people use when there's nothing left to say. I set the phone down again. The office was dark, the cleaning crew rolling their cart down the hall. That's when my hands began to tremble. The delayed reaction, the fear your body saves for after the danger is over. Driving home, I had to fight the urge to turn around, apologize, send $50 with the note emergency. But I didn't. I unlocked my apartment, fed my cat, sat on the floor, and opened my laptop. Then I began severing the ties one at a time. Bank and landlord, email sent to stop the automatic deposit. Utilities, my card removed. Wi-Fi, password changed. Streaming apps, logged out everywhere. Phone plan, that one was hell. Hold music that never ended. Security questions. Explaining without revealing too much. Cutting financial cords is tedious and ruthless. Every confirmation number felt like a tiny, draining victory. I wrote each one on sticky notes because if I closed the window too quickly, it wouldn't feel real. When I finished, my apartment was silent except for the low hum of the refrigerator. I had unwoven myself from every corner of their lives. For the first time in years, I was financially alone and emotionally falling free. By morning, the group chat had gone strangely silent. Not calm silent, more like the hush after a storm, when everyone surveys what's left intact. I made coffee and stared at the mug, waiting for the next explosion. Nothing. Silence has a texture when you've lived in chaos. It feels foreign at first, but under the discomfort was something faint, almost unbelievable. Relief. Then my phone lit up. Not Mom. Not Tessa. Not Dad. Rick. Picked up some boxes they never opened. I'll have your name. Dropping them off tonight. Then, 3 unopened boxes. I don't even remember what's in them. And no, I'm not taking sides. I stay on the edges. Proud of you, kid. Something in my chest loosened. Not quite relief, but space for it. When Rick arrived, he placed the boxes by my door. A blender never removed from the packaging. Towels still folded, tags untouched. A router they never bothered to install. Small reminders of forgotten favors. Things I bought that they treated like communal supplies. Pieces of my life they used like a storage unit. Rick leaned on the doorframe. They'll stay angry for a long time, he said. Then hunger kicks in. Anger doesn't cook dinner. I swallowed. I don't want them to go hungry. He shook his head. Don't mistake feeding someone for enabling them. You know the difference. He left me standing there, staring at unopened proof. That night, the group chat came alive again. Not with apologies, but with chaos. Cousins, is this real? Aunt Grace, we never thought you'd do this, Josie. I said nothing, because the truth burned quietly inside me. Exactly. They expected the opposite forever. Tessa posted a photo of a half-empty room. This is what abandonment looks like. Mom added. My daughter turned her back on us. Heart emojis flooded the chat like applause. Praying hands like offerings. I didn't argue. Not this time. Instead, I uploaded a PDF, renter's assistance, budget templates, utility aid resources. And at the bottom, you're capable. You always have been. This is me believing that. It dropped into the chat without fanfare. No typing bubbles. No retaliation. Just stillness. By midnight, the storm shifted. Anger broke into logistics. Who has an extra car? Can someone add Mom to their phone plan? Who can help Tessa move? Watching it felt like tracking weather patterns, rage dissolving into scattered showers of inconvenience. Day 2 brought threats. We'll never forgive you. Day 3 brought deals. Just keep the phone plan. We'll handle the rest. Day 4 brought guilt. You made your mother cry. Each time, I sent the same answer. I won't talk about this over text. The payments are over. If you want to discuss non-financial things, I'm here. Copy. Paste. Copy. Paste. At first it felt robotic. Then it felt steady. Then it felt powerful. A DM arrived from my cousin June. I left the chat. It's a mess. You've been supporting them for years. I'm proud of you. Her message softened something tight inside me. Maybe I wasn't the villain in everyone's eyes. The next week was chaotic and quiet. Chaos in the form of forms, cancellations, loose ends. Quiet in the absence of their demands. And in that quiet, life began to shrink in the best way. I enrolled in the retirement match I always ignored. Took slow walks without my phone glued to me. Ate dinner without rushing through crisis calls. I booked a session with Priya, a therapist. When I told her I didn't know how to handle free time, she smiled gently. Breathe inside it, she said. Your body needs to learn that peace isn't danger. So I did. And through all of it, Evan stayed close. Not pushing, not prying, simply present. One evening, he brought takeout and sat with me on the floor. No calls tonight, he asked softly. For once, I said. He brushed his fingers against mine, careful, warm. You've been carrying their entire world. Now you get to carry your own. I swallowed. Evan didn't love me for what I provided. He loved me. The contrast almost hurt. A few days later, Mom texted. Sunday dinner at Carol's. Come apologize. We'll move forward. It read like a summons. A performance. A script I was expected to follow. For a fraction of a moment, I almost caved. The old instinct pulled like a leash. But I typed. No, I love you. But I won't discuss money, and I'm not coming to be shamed. Her reply was instant. You're choosing strangers over family. My fingers hovered. Then I wrote the truest thing I've ever said. I'm choosing peace. Silence followed. Not soft silence, dead silence. The kind that acknowledges a boundary like a closed door. A month passed, and my life became smaller in all the right ways. Fewer demands, fewer emergencies, fewer explosions, but more clarity, more fullness, more me. Maybe someday they'll understand. Maybe they never will. But if they ever return, it will be under new rules. Respect is the entry fee now.